In the first chapter of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony, readers are introduced to the power and potential that positive thinking can have in their lives. Through a series of examples from his own life as well as those he has encountered through counseling sessions with clients, Dr. Anthony explains how negative thoughts can lead to feelings such as fear or anxiety, which then manifest into physical symptoms like headaches or stomach aches. He also discusses how these same negative thought patterns often prevent people from achieving success due to self-doubt and lack of confidence. By contrast, when we focus on our strengths rather than weaknesses, think positively about ourselves instead dwelling on past mistakes, take action towards goals despite any obstacles along the way, this is what leads us down paths filled with joy and fulfillment. Ultimately, it's up to each individual person whether they choose positivity over negativity, but if done correctly, there will be no limit for where one could go. In Chapter 2 of The Power of Positive Thinking, Dr. Robert Anthony explains the power and importance of self-talk in achieving success. He begins by discussing how our thoughts shape who we are as individuals. If you think positively about yourself, your life will be filled with positive experiences and outcomes. On the other hand, negative thinking can lead to a lack of confidence or even depression over time. Self-talk is an important tool for controlling these thought patterns because it allows us to consciously choose what kind of language we use when talking to ourselves internally. This helps create more empowering beliefs that support our goals instead of hindering them from being achieved due to fear or doubt. Additionally, he emphasizes that while some people may find it difficult at first, they should practice speaking kindly towards themselves until it becomes second nature, just like any skill worth mastering. Finally, he encourages readers not only focus on their successes but also learn from mistakes so they don't repeat them again in future endeavors. Chapter 3 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power of visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you achieve your goals and dreams, as it allows you to create mental images in order to focus on what you want out of life. It helps bring clarity into our lives so we know exactly where we are going and how best to get there. By visualizing success, one will be able to manifest their desired outcome more easily than if they were just hoping for something without any clear plan or direction in mind. Additionally, when using this technique regularly over time, it becomes easier for us not only visualize but also feel the emotions associated with achieving those outcomes, which further increases its effectiveness at helping us reach our objectives faster and better results overall. Finally, he emphasizes that while positive thinking alone may not always lead directly towards success, combining both techniques together creates an even stronger force capable enough to make anything possible, no matter how difficult or impossible it might seem initially. In Chapter 4 of The Power of Positive Thinking, Dr. Robert Anthony explains the power and importance of affirmations in achieving success. He states that positive thinking is not enough to achieve one's goals. It must be accompanied by action as well as a strong belief system based on affirmative statements about oneself and life in general. Affirmative statements are powerful because they help create an internal environment conducive to growth, change, and achievement, while also providing motivation for taking necessary actions towards desired outcomes. Additionally, he emphasizes how important it is to use present tense when creating these affirmations so that our subconscious mind can more easily accept them into its programming, which will then lead us closer toward realizing our dreams or desires faster than if we were using negative language such as I want instead of I am. Furthermore, Dr. Anthony suggests ways readers can incorporate affirmation techniques into their daily lives, including writing down 10 to 15 affirming sentences each day before bedtime or repeating certain phrases throughout the day whenever possible. Example, today I choose joy. Finally, he encourages readers who may have difficulty believing what they say with their words alone should take physical steps like smiling at themselves in the mirror every morning until those feelings become real within them over time. Chapter 5 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power and importance of goal setting. He explains that goals are essential for success, as they provide direction in life and help to keep one motivated. Goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Smart. It is important to write down your goals so you can refer back to them regularly. This will also make it easier for you to track progress towards achieving those objectives. Additionally, he emphasizes the need for positive self-talk when working towards a goal. Speaking positively about yourself helps build confidence, which leads directly into successful outcomes more often than not. Finally, he stresses how vital it is that we take action steps every day toward our desired outcome, even if these actions seem small or insignificant at first glance, because consistent effort over time yields great results eventually. Chapter 6 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power and importance of self-discipline. Self-discipline is defined as having control over one's thoughts, emotions, actions, and reactions to life events. It involves setting goals for oneself that are achievable through hard work and dedication. It also requires making sacrifices in order to achieve those goals. Additionally, self-discipline helps individuals stay focused on their objectives despite any obstacles or distractions they may encounter along the way. Furthermore, this chapter emphasizes how important it is for people to be consistent with their efforts if they want success in whatever endeavor they pursue, whether personal or professional development-related activities such as studying a new language or starting a business venture, respectively. Finally, readers learn about various techniques which can help them develop greater levels of discipline, including visualization exercises, positive affirmations, goal-setting strategies, etc. In Chapter 7 of The Power of Positive Thinking, Dr. Robert Anthony explains the power and importance of self-confidence in achieving success. He begins by discussing how a lack of confidence can lead to failure or mediocrity, while having faith in oneself is essential for reaching one's goals. Self-confidence comes from within. It cannot be given to you but must come from your own belief that you are capable and worthy enough to achieve what you set out to accomplish. To build up this inner strength, he suggests focusing on positive affirmations such as "I am confident" or "I have great potential," which will help create an attitude shift towards believing more strongly in yourself over time with practice and repetition, until these statements become true beliefs about who we are at our core level rather than just empty words said without conviction. Additionally, Dr. Anthony emphasizes the need for taking action when trying something new, instead relying solely on thoughts alone, because only through doing so can real progress be made toward any goal, no matter how small they may seem initially. Finally, he encourages readers not give in to fear even if things don't go according to plan, since setbacks should never stop us from continuing forward despite them. After all, life isn't always easy, but those willing persistently push themselves beyond their comfort zone often find greater rewards waiting ahead once they reach destination. Chapter 8 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power that positive habits can have in our lives. He explains how we are creatures of habit and suggests ways to create new, more beneficial ones. To do this, he recommends replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations, as well as visualizing success when trying to achieve a goal or break an old bad habit. Additionally, it is important for us to be aware of what triggers these behaviors so that they may be avoided if necessary. However, even small changes such as changing one's environment can help make breaking certain habits easier over time. Finally, Dr. Anthony emphasizes the importance of having faith in oneself and believing that any change made will lead towards greater happiness and fulfillment down the road, no matter how difficult it might seem at first. Chapter 9 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power and importance of having a positive attitude. It begins with an explanation that our attitudes are formed from what we think, say, do, or believe in life. A negative attitude can lead to feelings such as fear, worry, and doubt, which will prevent us from achieving success, while a positive one leads to confidence and optimism, allowing for greater achievement. He then goes into detail about how important it is to maintain this kind of outlook even when faced with difficult situations, because if you remain focused on your goals despite any obstacles, they may be easier achieved than expected due to the strength gained through positivity. Additionally, he explains why being grateful for all experiences, both good and bad, helps create more opportunities, since gratitude attracts abundance rather than scarcity mentality, thus leading towards further successes down the line, regardless whether those initial attempts were successful or not at first glance. Finally, he concludes his chapter by emphasizing again just how powerful maintaining a strong sense. Chapter 10 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the importance and power that positive relationships can have in our lives. He explains how having a strong support system, whether it be family or friends, is essential to achieving success and happiness. Additionally, he emphasizes the need for us to take responsibility for ourselves when forming these relationships. We must choose wisely who we allow into our inner circle, as they will influence both our thoughts and actions significantly. Furthermore, Dr. Anthony encourages readers to practice gratitude towards those around them. This helps foster an environment where everyone feels appreciated, which leads to more meaningful connections with others. Finally, he stresses that communication plays a key role in any relationship, so being open about one's feelings is important if you want your bond with someone else grow stronger over time. Chapter 11 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power and importance of positive thinking in action. It begins with a discussion about how to use affirmations, visualizations, and other techniques for achieving success. Affirmations are statements that you repeat over time which help create new beliefs within yourself. They can be used to replace negative thoughts or feelings with more empowering ones. Visualization is another powerful tool. It involves picturing what you want as if it has already happened, so your subconscious mind will work towards making this happen in reality. The chapter then goes into detail about goal setting, why goals should be specific rather than general, measurable instead of vague, achievable but challenging at the same time, before discussing ways to stay motivated when working towards them, such as breaking down tasks into smaller steps or rewarding yourself along the way with something non-material. Finally, there's an exploration around taking responsibility for our own lives, understanding that we have control over our actions even though external factors may influence us, plus advice on dealing with failure constructively without letting it stop progress altogether. Chapter 12 of The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony focuses on the power that positive thinking can have in one's life. It begins with a discussion about how negative thoughts and feelings are often self-defeating, leading to further unhappiness and dissatisfaction. This is followed up with an exploration into why it is important for us to think positively. This includes looking at our own personal values as well as understanding what we want out of life. Additionally, there are practical tips provided, such as replacing negative thought patterns with more constructive ones or using affirmations to help keep ourselves motivated towards achieving our goals. Finally, readers learn how they can use their newfound knowledge from this chapter in order to create lasting change within themselves so that they may live happier lives overall. In conclusion, Chapter 12 provides valuable insight into the importance of having a positive mindset when approaching any situation, whether big or small, which ultimately leads us closer towards living fulfilling lives full of joy and contentment.